Good morning and welcome into SimWorld today. I am Marsh, joined in the booth by Rick Blaze. Blazing takes the always controversial. It's the Campfire Cast live and in person this morning. Good morning, Rick. How you doing?
Hey, good to see you, Marshmallow. How are you this morning?
I am fantastic. So, due to some time constraints, we're going with a abbreviated episode. So, we're cutting right to the good stuff. We're talking Sim World Prep and Sim World Prep only this morning. Let's start with a historic night. Cooper Flagg, 46 points for the originators. The new Sim World Prep single game scoring record. Rick, it was only about time that we were going to get a new record. I'm not at all shocked that it was Cooper Flagg that got it done.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense, right? 46 points. It did take overtime to get it done, but he got it done for sure. We talk about the team game all the time, but if your teammate's scoring 46 points, then hell, you are the team.
And he was a guy that we were I think it was you on the cast where we were watching, and he had 18 in the first quarter. We were on 50-point watch.
Yeah,
He ended up with
yeah.
40 in that game. He is the guy. I think both of us have gone on. I know I have. I believe you've talked about it as well. The one man band is not good enough to win a championship at really any level, but you talking Simworld Prep level. He might be good enough to break that rule.
Not so fast, my friend. It's
Not so you
exciting.
think it's still not.
No, not against. Come on, you got to take in consideration the competition, right? It wasn't a top five. The team they played, were they a top five team to go into race one? I don't think so. Are they a top five defensive squad going into race one? I don't think so. Once you get to the race one, things change. People get hit in the mouth, and you got to be able to hit back. I love the stats. I love the numbers. I think he's the only person who could possibly score 50 for us. I don't think he's going to do it. But as far as one person winning the race to one as a one man band, forget about it.
I'm not walking away from it. I'll give you the confirmation on that one. He's talented. He's got enough there. The good thing for the OGs, they've gotten some pretty good production in recent nights from Kamari Ward, Jay Laster. That's going to be the difference for them because you're right. It took 46 points, and they still needed overtime to beat an
Right.
AT Aliens team that has been up and down. And to give the credit to the number, that overtime period also helps a little bit in getting those numbers juiced up and over the previous record for a single game output. So it's awesome though to watch it because Cooper Flagg, there's not an answer to him. If we want to stay on the positives, there's not an answer to this kid. 6'9", he's almost a Victor Wembanyama-esque player in that. There's no other real players. I mean, there are players that are 6'9" and above, but they just have the athleticism and size combination that Cooper Flagg has. He can get to any shot defensively. Offensively, he can get to any shot that he wants. He does so many great things. It's no surprise that he's top recruit in the country, headed to Duke. The ceiling is the roof here for, I know that's a UNC call, but the ceiling is the roof for Cooper Flagg. He's been absolutely phenomenal and lived up to the billing, which as great as some of the other top recruits have been, Rick, I don't know that any of them have quite lived up to the billing as highly as Cooper Flagg has.
You know, the ceiling is the roof, and we're going to raise the roof. And in this instance, we're going to raise the flag. He is as well as people think he is. He is that good. So again, the sky's the ceiling for this guy. I think I just redid what you did in another kind of way. But yeah, the
That
bottom line, Cooper
that's
Flag
fine.
is he's number one for a reason, and that's not changing.
Let's move to Texas, where some controversy within the Lone Star Yacht Club game. A player removed from the arena following alleged remarks or racist remarks aimed at the Lone Star players. I know you were in the building last night, Rick. Tell us a little bit about what happened and your thoughts.
Well, it's a situation, unfortunately, where um, people kind of get a little bit ahead of themselves and they get a little had too much to drink on, right? And they start becoming opinionated. And again, it's 2024 and we still dealing with some idiots, right? So it's no place for that. And some guys are doing too much talking to his kids, by the way, 15, 16, 17 years old. There's family in the stands. It was just totally inappropriate. And it's unfortunate that it had to happen last night in Texas, but it did, and we're addressing it, and it's not cool by anybody at all.
And no place for those types of actions at any point of our civilization, let alone a basketball game, let alone a similar prep basketball game where the kids on the court are between 15 and 17. So I'm glad that the fan got removed. Hope that this is the last time it happens at any level. It obviously won't be in general, as unfortunate as that is, but a difficult moment. But I think it's been handled exceptionally well by everything that you've seen from the yacht club. They've taken that incident in stride in terms of not appearing to be publicly outraged by it, as outraged as I'm sure they are. Meanwhile, Lone Star taking accountability. Head coach Evan Adkins spoke out about that as well. So a terrible situation, though, being handled very maturely by all those involved. All right, shifting to our last little spot here. This is a new bit we're going to bring in on shows following game days. We're going to just run through every single game, give you the high-level input on it, and get you around the league in 90-ish seconds. We'll see. We're not putting a timer on it, but we'll see how quick it goes. So 6 games last night, fully in action. We'll start Gulf Coast Oceania. They kick things off, and Kai Killens continues to cook. 33 points in overtime, an 84-78 win for Gulf Coast, their 12th of the season over Oceania.
Hey, we have Southeast Select, of course, right, playing against none other than Run DMV. Exciting game, of course. Look at those shots. Southeast Select with the dub.
Lone Star Yacht Club will head back to Texas. It was a Lone Star win thanks to 17 points in 15 minutes from Trey Bird. Ronnie Shanahan pouring in 16 of his own. And Lone Star creeping their way back up, trying to get back to 500 now with their 8th win of the season.
Speaking of trying to get it done, you know who always gets it done? Jafet Towns. He led his team to a dub at home. It wasn't easy. It was tough, but Towns got it done.
You talked about OGs. We'll go back to that one. 93-91 win. Of course, Cooper Flagg with the record-setting night, but 28 points from an efficient Royce Anderson last night. Not enough. OGs' 14th win on the season.
And, of course, you can't forget about Latin America. Whoa! Put them in the mix. Red Joyner, they're seeing Red with a win over Beyond the Arch on the road. Good win by Latin America.
That's it for our show. You mentioned Latin America, Red Joyner. He's been cooking as of late. Couple big wins. They get another one. You saw it. We will be back tomorrow. We've got one broadcasted game today on ESPN2. That's Lone Star making the trip, very easy overnight trip to Japan to play Asia Pacific. That'll be at noon. Handful of other games going on local broadcasts only. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow morning right here on SimWorld Today for my partner, Rick. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, SimWorld is the only place where you can see the game be the game.
This has been a presentation